Aaron Rodgers, four-time MVP, Super Bowl champion, one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play the game. But right now, in 2026, his legacy is hanging by a thread. Just days ago, Rodgers sat in front of cameras.
Announced that this was my last game in the NFL, and I will be retiring, guys. I know we couldn't make it all the way.
Visibly frustrated as speculation swirled about his future. Will he retire? Will he play another season? Even his own fans don't know what's next. But here's the thing. We've seen this before, 15 years ago. Another legendary Packers quarterback made the exact same move. He left Green Bay. He joined the New York Jets. He thought he could prove everyone wrong. His name, Brett Favre. And it ended in disaster. Now, Aaron Rodgers, the man who replaced Brett Favre, is living the same nightmare. The same team, the same struggles, the same frustrated press conferences. History isn't just repeating itself, it's haunting him. So the question isn't just, will Aaron Rodgers retire? The real question is, why do legends always make the same mistakes? And more importantly, can Rodgers escape the curse that destroyed Favre? Let's find out. Aaron Rodgers is 41 years old. He's playing for the New York Jets in what might be his final season. And right now, the NFL world is watching one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time struggle in ways we've never seen before. The 2026 season was supposed to be different. After missing most of 2023 with a torn Achilles, Rodgers promised a comeback. He trained harder. He studied more film. He told everyone he still had it. But the results? Disappointing. The Jets finished with a losing record again. No playoffs, no magic, just frustration. And then came that press conference. Sitting in front of reporters, Rodgers looked tired. His voice was different. The confidence that made him a legend seemed gone. He dodged questions about retirement. He snapped at journalists. He talked about evaluating options and taking time to think. Translation, he doesn't know if he's done. The debate is raging across social media. Fans are split. Some say, give him one more year. He deserves it. Others say, it's over. Walk away with dignity. Analysts are picking sides. Former players are weighing in. Even his own teammates seem uncertain about his future. But here's what everyone is missing. This has all happened before. The frustrated press conferences. The aging body that can't keep up. The losing seasons with the Jets. The retirement speculation. The desperate attempt to prove there's still greatness left. Brett Favre went through this exact same thing in 2008 with the same team, and Aaron Rodgers was there to watch it happen. He replaced Favre in Green Bay. He saw the mistakes. Brett Favre was a Green Bay Packers legend, three-time MVP, Super Bowl champion, the Iron Man who never missed a game. But after 17 seasons, the Packers were ready to move on. They had a young, talented quarterback waiting in the wings, Aaron Rodgers. Favre felt betrayed. He wasn't ready to retire. He still believed he could play at an elite level. So he forced his way out of Green Bay and signed with the New York Jets. The hype was massive. Favre is back. The Jets finally have their quarterback. This is their year. Fans were ecstatic. The media went crazy. Everyone believed this would be Favre's redemption story. Meanwhile, in Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers took over. He studied Favre's game. He learned from watching him for 3 years, and when Rodgers became the starter, he promised himself one thing: I'll never let it end like that. But fate has a cruel sense of irony. 15 years later, Aaron Rodgers would leave Green Bay under similar circumstances. He'd join the same team, face the same struggles, and ask himself the same question Favre once did: should I have just walked away? Let me show you just how identical these situations are. First, the age factor. Brett Favre joined the Jets at 38 years old. Aaron Rodgers, 40 when he signed, now 41. Both were considered old. By NFL standards, both refused to accept it. Second, the same dysfunctional team. The Jets haven't won a Super Bowl since 1969. 57 years of failure. When Favre arrived, they promised him a championship roster. It was a lie. When Rodgers arrived, same promises, same lies. Same organizational chaos. Third, the injury struggles. Favre dealt with a torn biceps and shoulder issues in 2008. His body was breaking down. Rodgers tore his Achilles in his very first game with the Jets, then struggled with mobility issues all through 2025. Fourth, the media circus. Favre faced constant questions. Are you done? Is this your last year? Every press conference was torture. Now watch Rodgers, same exhausted face, same uncomfortable answers, same frustration. Fifth, the losing. Favre's Jets went 9-7, missed the playoffs. Rodgers' Jets, even worse, multiple losing seasons. No postseason hope. It's not just similar. It's the exact same movie playing out frame by frame. There's something deeply wrong with the New York Jets. Think about this. The last time the Jets won a championship was 1969. Joe Namath led them to Super Bowl III, guaranteed a victory, and delivered. He became an instant legend, the greatest moment in Jets history, and then nothing. 57 years of disappointment, Since Namath, the Jets have destroyed every quarterback who walked through their doors. Vinny Testaverde, promising start, then injuries and mediocrity. Chad Pennington, talented, but the Jets gave up on him. Mark Sanchez went to 2 AFC championship games, then completely fell apart. Sam Darnold, ruined before he even had a chance. And then came Brett Favre, a Hall of Famer, a legend. He was supposed to break the curse. Instead, the curse broke him. One disappointing season, and he was gone. Now it's Aaron Rodgers' turn. Another Hall of Famer, another legend. And the Jets are doing to him exactly what they did to Favre. The organization is a mess. Coaching changes every few years, no stability, no vision, no plan. This isn't bad luck. This is a pattern. The Jets don't just fail, they destroy greatness. And Rodgers is their latest victim. But here's where Aaron Rodgers' story gets even darker than Brett Favre's. After Favre's disappointing season with the Jets, he had an escape plan. He signed with the Minnesota Vikings in 2009. And you know what? He actually played well, led them to the NFC Championship game, had a legitimate shot at redemption. Aaron Rodgers doesn't have that luxury. First, he's older. Favre was 39 when he went to Minnesota. Rodgers is 41 right now. In NFL years, that's a lifetime of difference. Second, his body is more damaged. A torn Achilles is one of the worst injuries a quarterback can suffer. Most never fully recover. Rodgers is trying to prove he can, but the mobility just isn't there anymore. Third, the NFL has changed. The game is faster now, more athletic, more violent. Defenses are smarter. It's harder for aging quarterbacks to survive, let alone thrive. Fourth, the pressure is crushing. Social media didn't exist like this in 2008. Now every bad throw is a viral moment. Every frustrated comment becomes a headline. Rodgers can't escape the scrutiny. Time is running out, and unlike Favre, Rodgers might not get a second chance. Let's talk about what really matters: Aaron Rodgers' legacy. On paper, his career is incredible. 4-time NFL MVP, Super Bowl XLV champion, one of the most talented quarterbacks to ever play the game. His arm strength, accuracy, and ability to make impossible throws, legendary. But here's the brutal truth: these final years are destroying that legacy. When people look back at Brett Favre, they don't just remember the MVPs and the Super Bowl. They remember the messy endings, the indecision, the Jets' failure, the drama. It tarnished what should have been a perfect Hall of Fame career. Aaron Rodgers is walking the same path. Fans are starting to ask uncomfortable questions. Should he have retired after leaving Green Bay? Is he being selfish? Is this about ego or truly believing he can still compete? Compare him to Peyton Manning. Manning retired after winning Super Bowl 50. His body was broken, but he went out on top. That's how legends should end. Or Tom Brady, who played until 45 but always competed at a high level, never looked completely washed. Rodgers is stuck in between, not winning, not retiring, just fading. And that's the saddest ending of all. The final verdict, prediction, and conclusion. So what happens next? Will Aaron Rodgers retire? Honestly, I don't think so. Not yet. Everything about his personality suggests he'll try one more time. He's stubborn, competitive. He believes he can still do it, just like a Brett Favre believed in 2008. Just like so many legends before him who couldn't let go. But here's what he should do: walk away. Retire with dignity. Preserve what's left of his legacy. Spend time reflecting on an incredible career instead of fighting a battle his body can't win anymore. The lesson from Brett Favre's mistakes is clear. Sometimes the bravest thing a legend can do is stop. But legends rarely learn from each other. They believe they're different, special, that the rules don't apply to them. And that's the tragedy of Aaron Rodgers. He watched Brett Favre make every wrong decision. He saw the painful press conferences, the disappointing seasons, the damaged legacy. And now, 15 years later, he's doing it all over again. History doesn't just repeat itself in the NFL. It punishes those who ignore it. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments, should Aaron Rodgers retire, or does he deserve one more shot?